Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while, but I've been working on tons of stuff. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First, I want to show you something that Hytale added in one of the recent updates. Now, you can actually add presets to your characters, so you can switch with just one button between the two characters that you made from my last video, which is really awesome. Okay, just gonna save that, and then we're gonna go in and show you the stuff I've been working on. Tom now has a shield and a sword, and they both look insane. So this was a lot of work. I currently am not super happy with the sword, so I might go back and tweak some stuff, tweak some texturing, tweak the model, of the hilt and everything. But the shield is basically finished. The shield is done. When it comes to appearances, you can actually use these. So they are both functional items, and I'm gonna explain a bit more about them just now. First, I'd like to show Elena's bow, which is one of the items that I created now during my long hiatus. So you can actually shoot with Elena's bow. You can actually use it to shoot dragons. Whoa! He stood up! What the? He's never done that. I did not expect him to stand up like that. Okay. So the thing with Elena's bow is that it does not require you to repair it. I made it so that Elena's bow will have infinite durability, because I do think having to repair my items, it gets a bit tiring. If you're in the world of Beast Quest, there's no time for that. We have beasts to defeat. So the same goes for Tom's shield and sword. I also made it so that they do not require you to fix them up, even if you use them every single day for every single battle. They never have to be patched up, because these items are magic. Magic items have infinite durability. So, let's go over some things. My plans for this shield go far beyond just a cosmetic item. I want the shield to have functionality. I want the shield to have levels, and I want you to have to go out and look for beasts to make your shield stronger. So that is where these things at the bottom come in. First we have a dragon scale, which is pretty small in the hand. Then we have a serpent tooth, eagle feather, horseshoe fragment, enchanted bell, and phoenix talon. Let's go through them from this perspective. It looks pretty nice. I do want to add some custom sounds for these when you select them, so that they have a bit more life to them, but that'll come later. So what are these tokens actually for? Well, when you look at the shield, you'll see that these tokens are fitted onto the shield for specific reasons. And the biggest reason is that's how the book did it. So, here is the plan. As you can see, there are 7 different versions of the shield, and I'll explain how this all works. So first, in the game, when you start up on the adventure map, I will grant you the shield 0 out of 6 for free, and then you can have it in your inventory, use it, fight with it, and eventually when you slay Furno the Fire Dragon, he will drop the dragon scale. Then you take the magic shield and the dragon scale to your crafting table, where you will craft magic shield 1 out of 6. Instantly goes from a common item to a rare item, and now you have the ability to craft the next level and the next level and the next level until you have all 6 tokens fitted onto the shield. But what is the purpose of having these tokens on the shield? Well, in the book, Tom gets these items from all the beasts he defeats in his first quest, and each of these tokens grant him an ability. So that's actually pretty important for this character to have. If we don't have the magic abilities, this doesn't really feel like Beast Quest. So, I'll be giving them to the player in the order that Tom got them in the books, which means that you'll have to go hunt them in order, and if you find a beast prematurely, you'll have to hold on to that item until you have the other ones to craft the necessary level. So what do they do? Well, I'm glad you asked. The first one, Dragon Scale, actually gives you fire protection. And this is kind of handy when you're fighting like that dragon over there. This one. So this dragon will probably shoot you with flames, and fire resistance is pretty necessary when you're going up against many of the beasts in Beast Quest. The next is the Serpent Tooth, and this one I thought it would be cool for it to grant you increased swim speed when you're underwater or just on the ocean. If you have a boat, I think I'll make it so that your boat goes even faster too, once Hytale adds boats. Here's a boat, but it does not move. So that is the problem with this boat. Tom looks so disappointed. So the next item is pretty special. The Eagle Feather. I want this to give you the ability to use the shield as a glider. So the shield would look something like this at that point. When you get to level 3, you will be able to use the shield as a glider when you fall from any distance or any height, and you'll be able to glide down smoothly to the ground and take 0 fall damage. That is also true for levels 3, 4, 5 and 6. So all the way from level 3, after you defeat Arcta the mountain giant, you will be able to use the shield as a glider along with every other ability. So the next ability on the list comes from this horseshoe fragment that you get off of Tagus the Horseman, who is basically a centaur. And this horseshoe fragment gives you increased mount speed when you ride a horse. I think that's what the book also did, and it's pretty nice, because there are other objects in Beast Quest that give you increased sprinting speed, so I wanted this to specifically affect your mounted speed. The next one is the Enchanted Bell that you get from Nanook. Nanook wore this bell around her neck, and it caused her to go evil for a time. And this bell really had me a bit concerned, because I did not know what to have you gain from this bell. Ultimately, I decided that the bell would prevent you from getting stunned, and it would prevent you from getting frozen by ice or ice particles or ice attacks. So the bell protects you from any ice damage, slows, dazes and things like that, which I think is really nice. Now the last one is the Phoenix Talon, and this one is pretty cool. I wish Hytale had this by itself. When your shield looks like this, you have all the other abilities, and as a final ability, the Phoenix Talon allows you to gain passive health regeneration after a fight. So after about 1 or 2 minutes, you will be able to regen your health without having to eat, because in the books they often had to use the talent to heal themselves up, and I just thought it makes more sense for Tom to just heal up naturally than to have to eat 1,000 apples just to fill 1 health bar. Over the next few days or weeks, depending on my schedule, because it's been very busy, I'm going to go ahead and fix the recipes allowing you to craft the different levels of the shield using these tokens and the base shield. And then I'm also going to create that file which contains all the abilities that affect your player. And once that's all done, Tom's shield will have all the powers he needs for you to live out your Beast Quest fantasy. I do think I might go ahead and redo Tom's sword on the visuals, because I do think I could do better. That was my first object I did, and I've gotten a lot better at blockbench since then. So that's it for it today, guys. I really hope that this update was worth the wait for you, and I hope that you're still playing Hytale, still excited for the future of this B-Squares project. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It really does make me happy when I see someone subscribe. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. Have a good one.